Good morning, friends. We are in Central Texas towards the end of September, and we are having a nice cool morning. These are my zinnias that reseeded themselves, and now they're blooming. Aren't they pretty? It's nice to have some free fall flowers. This is my green stock. I've learned a lot about what to do and not to do for next time. More zinnias that haven't bloomed, but they're getting close. Look. And I've got 3 raised beds. I've got pepper plants that are doing well. They're going to like this cooler weather. I've got serranos, 3 poblanos, 2 bell pepper. It's funny, one of them has always done quite well. And then of late, the other one is like kicked it into high gear. Nice. So I have cut back my cherry tomatoes. Got to the point where they were hanging on the ground and it was going to be impossible or super hard to harvest. So I've cut it back. It stopped producing for a few weeks. This thing has produced a lot. So if you have trouble with growing tomatoes, I recommend growing some cherry or grape tomatoes, and you can still make salsa and sauces with them. And I peel my tomatoes when I'm cooking them, and they aren't that hard to peel. So, and this little patio tomato has just been a bummer, but all of a sudden she's starting to grow. So certainly will not buy her again. So I have cut back my tomatoes. They just were like going crazy, all hanging on the ground. And this one's got new growth on the top. And I just cut this one back. So we'll see if I'm going to get new growth on it. And this one is a wonderful tomato. It had the prettiest, tastiest purple tomatoes. And look, I've got new growth on it after I have cut it back. And this one here is a early girl, organic. And I have not cut her back. And she's got several tomatoes on her already. And flowers, lots of flowers. So I'm excited about that. I usually get a pretty good fall harvest from my tomatoes. See, we're getting lots of little tomatoes on her. So these are my jalapenos. They have struggled. And struggled. They did not like all the rain that we received. But they are finally looking good, so perhaps we'll get a good fall harvest on them. And I just have some sweet potato leaves to harvest for the rabbits in here, a couple basils. I had a few volunteer tomatoes, but I finally pulled them up. And I have a lemongrass in here and a volunteer tomato, which hasn't done anything great. I need to harvest this lemongrass. You can make tea from the leaves, and the stalks you can cook with them, and they're eaten in a lot of Asian cultures. And then over here I just have stuff for the rabbits. I've got marigolds and just sweet potato leaves. Now the sweet potato leaves, we can get sweet potatoes, but when I'm harvesting the leaves all the time, I find that the sweet potatoes don't grow. But it's a wonderful resource to feed the rabbits. We've got 1 rabbit tractor here with rabbits growing out for harvest. And we're trying a new experiment here, trying to grow some extra veggies. I'm not overly impressed, but we shall see. And I've got 3 okras that have really struggled this year, and it's funny because last year we had such a bumper harvest. I had like 8 of them in a garden bed, which was way too many. But we got so much okra. But we've had some struggles this year. But you always learn, and this is our rabbitry. We have 4 females and 2 males. These are our breeders. We usually get our first litter somewhere in the beginning of December. And we can breed all the way through spring. We are looking to get a few hundred rabbits this year. Last year we just had the 2 female breeders and a male, of course. And this year we've added 2 more females. So we mostly feed the rabbits to the dogs. And it's a great emergency food. So I've got 2 hibiscus tea that have not flowered, but I definitely feed the leaves to the rabbits a lot. And then I have a hodgepodge in this raised bed. I've got a volunteer tomato, a volunteer pepper, some catnip, which you can make tea out of, and just a variety of other things. And these are my main sweet potatoes that I have tried hard to not take the leaves for the rabbits. And it's getting about ready for them to be harvested. I've got another tractor of rabbits. And there's Dixie, and Dolly's having a good time. It's cool out, and she's feeling very frisky. It's nice to see them run. And I've got a variety of herbs on the patio. By the way, we have dachshund puppies. If anyone is interested in one, I will put my email address and phone number in the comments section. Blessings to you, my friends.